this lecture we will have discussion first on the questions based on the complex number. After that we will have discussion on the analytical function and harmonic function also, right? So let's start with the first question. So as we can see, the first question is of iota plus 3 by iota plus 1, right? So we know very well the standard form, as I already told you, the standard form is x plus iota y, or maximum it can written in the form of a plus iota b, right? We have to always consider that in the denominator portion of any complex number we cannot write down the iota or the imaginary part. So that's why we have to remove that iota from the denominator always. That is not a standard form, or that is not a regular form, right? So let's approach here only. When we want to approach here, it will be iota plus 3 by iota plus 1. It means when we have to approach here, we will rationalize this one with the opposite side, iota minus 1 by iota minus 1. When we approached here, it will become, dear students, iota plus 3 into iota minus 1, iota into iota, it will be iota square, iota into minus 1, it will be minus iota, plus it will be 3 iota, right? And it will be 3 minus 3, right? It will be minus 3 only. So when we approached here, this is the numerator portion, and in the denominator we know very well we can easily apply a minus b and a plus b. So hence it is a square minus b square, means iota square minus 1 square. So when we approach here, iota square is equals to minus 1. We know that it will be 2 iota minus 3 divided by minus 1 and minus 1, right? Because iota square is equals to minus 1. When we approach it, it will be 2 iota minus 4 divided by minus 2. When we approach it, guys, we can see easily here we are having, right? So when we approach, it will be here in the denominator we are having negative sign. So more and more we can write down 4 minus 2 iota by minus 2. So when we approach 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. Hence the result will be 2 minus iota, which you can see in the option number C, dear students, right? So these type of questions we can easily approach. Okay, let me show you one more example, one more good question actually. So we have to find the value of the modulus of, the question is talking about find the modulus of, this is actually a GATE problem which asked in the GATE 2010. This is a GATE 2010 question which is talking about the modulus of we are having 3 plus 4 iota, modulus of 3 plus 4 iota divided by 1 minus 2 iota we are having in a question. So how we will approach? We have to find the modulus of this one. So when question is talking about modulus, so it's clearly seen that the modulus is equals to, means the mod z is always is equals to root of x square plus y square. It means the function, the complex function should be in the form of x plus iota y. Then only you can approach from the here only, na? Then only you can approach that, right? Yes, exactly. So it means first of all we have to convert this function in the standard complex form. So the ultimate method for this one is approaching the rationalization only. So 3 plus 4 iota divided by 1 minus 2 iota. Let's rationalize this one. It will be 1 plus 2 iota divided by 1 plus 2 iota. So when we rationalize, the things will be, it will become 3 plus 4 iota into 1 plus 2 iota divided by 1 square minus 2 square and iota square. That it is in the denominator we can say it will be a square minus b square form. So when you approach, it will be iota square. So hence we can approach iota square will be minus 1. So it will be 1 minus minus plus 4. Hence in the denominator we will have 5. So in the numerator, when we multiply this one, 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6 iota plus 4 iota and plus 4 into 2, it will be 8 iota square, right? It will be 8 iota square. Okay. So when we approached from here, we can have it is as 3 iota square. When we approach from here, 8 iota square. So we know very well iota square is equals to minus 1. So it will be minus 8. So hence we can write down 3 minus 8, that is equals to minus 5, plus 6 plus 4, that is equals to 10 iota, divided by 5. We can, dear students, we can cancel out 5. So it will be 2 iota, or if you want to write down, you can write down, it will be minus 1 plus 2 iota. So hence your standard function z is equals to minus 1 plus 2 iota. You are talking about that you have to find the modulus. So modulus of z is equals to root of x square plus y square. Hence from here mod is equals to x is equals to minus 1 square, right, plus y is equals to 2 square only. So it will be minus 1, it will be minus 1, it means it will be 1 plus 4. So it will be root of 5. So hence your modulus will be root of 5. Is it clear, guys? Right, so we can easily approach the modulus of the given, mod of the given complex number is root of 5 only. Okay, now let's approach one more question. 1 plus 2 iota by iota minus 2. Again we have to find the value of this one, means we have to convert the given form in the standard form of complex number, then only we can get the value. Yes, so let's rationalize this one again. 1 plus 2 iota by iota minus 2. Let's rationalize this. Iota plus 2 divided by iota plus 2. When we rationalize this one, it will become 1 into iota, it will be iota only, right, it will be 1 into iota, it will be iota only, and 1 into 2, that is 2 iota into iota, it will be 2 iota square and plus 4 iota, right. Right, so it will be iota plus 2 iota square and it will be 4 iota. When we approach from here, it will be iota square, iota minus 2 and iota plus 2 iota square. It will be 2 iota, ji haan, right, exactly, you can see iota square plus 2 iota minus 2 iota and minus 4 you will have. So plus 2 iota and minus 2 iota will be cancelled out, guys. Yes, so when we approach from here, that we know very well, iota square is equals to minus 1. So it will be, first of all, 1 plus 4 means 5 iota. Here we will have minus 1, so it will be 2 minus 2, right, which will exactly cancel out. Iota square is minus 1, minus 4 we are having, so we will have minus 5 iota by minus 5. 5 and 5 will be cancelled out, hence the final answer will be minus iota, which we can see in the option number B again, right, which is the minus B, minus iota, right. Clear? So we can easily approach, dear students, we know that how to approach the complex functions easily when we have to convert this one into the standard form. Now let's talk about the next one. Solve the problems below in both rectangular and polar form. So it means we have to find the standard rectangular form, means the Cartesian form also, and then we have to convert the particular form in the polar form also. So let's approach, first of all, let's approach it clearly. Z is equals to, we know very well, x plus iota, y is a standard form for the polar form, and polar form we want to convert r into cos theta plus iota sin theta. Yes, that we know very well. So we have these two things to approach. Okay, let's approach it, guys. So first of all, we will convert this one, as this is z is equals to iota plus 1 into 2 minus 5 iota. So we can see it's not in a standard form. Let's convert it. So when we multiply iota into 2, it will be 2 iota minus 5 iota square, right, it will be plus 2 and minus 5 iota. We can see from here, it will be iota into 2 is equals to 2 iota minus 5 iota square plus 2 and minus 5 iota, right. Iota square is equals to minus 1, so we can approach here minus minus plus 5 plus 2, that is equals to 7, and minus 3 iota minus 5 plus 2 iota. So hence the standard form will be 7 minus 3 iota, dear students. You can see your standard form will be 7 minus 3 iota only. Yes, So your z is equals to 7 minus 3 iota. Clear guys? So when we want to approach with the in the rectangular form, so the rectangular form will be 7 minus 3 iota. Now we have to find from here polar form also. So polar form, for the polar form we should know the two things, r and theta. R is equals to root of x square plus y square. From here we can see x is equals to 7 and y is equals to minus 3, right? Okay, just cross check this one. Minus 5 iota square, so it will be minus plus 5 plus 2, it will be 7, right? Right. So it will be, dear students, what? It will be root of 7 square means 49 plus 9, right? When we approach it, it will be 8 and 1, 58. It will be root of 58, so the r is equals to root of 58. When you want to approach it, this is the r, when the theta is equals to tan inverse y by x. We are having here 3 by 7 only. So as I don't have a calculator, if you want to calculate, you can calculate from here. Otherwise, when we don't have option, we can leave angle in this form only. So the polar form, z is equals to r, that is equals to root of 58, guys. Yes, it is equals to cos theta means tan inverse 3 by 7 plus iota sin theta means again tan inverse 3 by 7, guys. Yes, exactly. So we can write down the answer here only. Okay, clear guys? We can leave here only. Why? Because we don't have option. If we have option, we can calculate the value of root 58, which will be in the decimal. We can calculate the value of tan inverse 3 by 7 also. Okay guys, now done. Okay, now let's approach to the more questions. This is a GATE problem which asked in the 2010, the modulus of this one. Okay, had we discussed this one? Yeah, we already discussed this GATE problem. The answer was root 5. Earlier we discussed here only. You can see where it is, it was here, right? Okay, we already discussed that. Okay, now let's come to this one, x power x. Okay, let me find more questions of basics of complex number for you guys, so that it will be great to approach. So do we have questions? Yes, we have more GATE problems only. Okay, yeah, iota power iota we already discussed. This is a, actually this question has been asked in the two times means this is a same question which we discussed. Okay, I will tell you this one we discussed. Let's talk about first this one, then I will tell you. If x is equals to root of minus 1, then the value of x power x. Actually this question can be written in the form of x power x. X is equals to iota to the power iota. So this question already asked in the 1994 GATE examination also. So this is the same question which repeat in 94 and 2012, right? So let's approach it first, then I will tell you more questions. So iota power iota, when we have iota power iota, it's it's clearly seen, dear students, that we can approach the question with the help of basic approach, right? So we can write down here as z is equals to iota to the power iota. Okay, how you will write down? You will say, ma'am, it is nothing but 0 plus iota to the power iota. Yes, the standard form is x plus iota y. When we compare this with the standard form, we can say, here x is equals to 0 and y is equals to 1 we are having. Yes, exactly. We have to convert this one, so we can convert easily this Cartesian form into the polar form. So when you want to convert this one, it should be z is equals to r cos theta plus iota sin theta and whole to the power iota. So it will be r is equals to root of 0 plus 1. So hence r is equals to 1 only, right? When we talk about the angle means theta, so theta is equals to tan inverse y by x. So it will be y is equals to 1 by 0 means infinity. So it will be tan inverse infinity, right? So the value of tan at infinity is equals to pi by 2 only. So we can write down that the angle is equals to pi by 2 and r is equals to 1. So here we are having two things. here we are having clearly two things. The first is r, which is equals to 1, and theta, which is equals to 1 by 2. Let's put here only. So when we put here, it will be z, and it is equals to r is equals to 1 cos theta, means cos pi by 2, plus iota sin pi by 2 to the power iota only, right? We can approach it, guys. Yes. So when we approach it, it will be e to the power iota pi by 2. We can write down, yes, exactly, the power iota. How we write down e to the power iota pi by 2? We know very well, we discussed the Euler's form or the Euler's form. We know very well, we cos theta plus iota sin theta is always is equals to e to the power iota theta. Yes, definitely we know. So when we approached it, it will be e to the power iota theta. So that's why here cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2 to the power iota, it will be e to the power iota square into pi by 2. Iota square is -1, so hence you can write down e to the power minus pi by 2. Do we have options? Yes. So the final answer is equals to option number A, e to the power minus pi by 2. So we can easily approach, either the question is written in the form of x to the power x, or question is written in the form of iota to the power iota. You can easily approach the thing, right, guys? Okay. So now let's have discussion on one more question. We have one more question for the complex number only. Okay, let me write down here. If we have z is equals to, if a complex number z is equals to root 3 by 2 plus iota 1 by 2. This is a GATE 2007 question. Iota into 1 by 2, then find z to the power 4. We have to find z to the power 4 only from here. Okay, so this is a GATE 2007 question. We do have options also here. So after these few questions, you can feel that you can approach each and every question of complex variable, complex number, basics of complex number with very easily, right? So let me write down the option here. The options are having 2 root 2 plus 2 iota. Yes. The second one is minus 1 by 2 plus iota into root 3 by 2. The third one is root 3 by 2 minus iota by 2, and the last one is what we are having, root 3 by 8 minus iota by 8, isn't it? Yeah, root 3 by 8 and minus iota by 8. So when we approach this one, it's a simple question to approach, dear students, and the result will be we can directly approach from here. So the result will be, if you want to approach here, so z is equals to, it is nothing but x plus iota y form. From here x is equals to root 3 by 2 you are having, y is equals to 1 by 2 we are having. So r is equals to root of x square, means 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Hence r is equals to 1 only. We will get the value of r is equals to 1 only. Root 3 by 2 means root 3 square is 3. When we approach, it will be 3 by 4 plus 1 by 2. 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4, right? So it will be r is equals to 1. Let's talk about the theta. Theta is equals to tan inverse y by x. The value of y is 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. 2 and 2 cancel out. We will have tan inverse 1 by root 3. So when we have tan inverse 1 by root 3, dear students, we know that the angle will be pi by 6 only, right? So we can approach from here that the theta is equals to tan inverse 1 by root 3, which is equals to pi by 6 only. Let's approach here. So when we approach here, it will be, now when we approach here, it will be z is equals to r, that is equals to 1 into cos of pi by 6 plus iota sine of pi by 6 only, dear students, right? Okay, so when we approach from here, it will be cos pi by 6 plus iota sine pi by 6. So when we approach this one, what we have to find out? We have to find out the value of z to the power 4. So let's approach z to the power 4. So you can say cos pi by 6 plus iota sine pi by 6 to the power 4 you have to find out with the help of de Moivre's theorem. Now here, from here you have two options. If you want to go with the de Moivre's, you can approach cos into 4 pi by 6 plus iota sine into 4 pi by 6. Okay, and if you want to go with the Euler's form, you can approach directly also. So it's my suggestion, you can go with the de Moivre's plus iota sine 4 pi by 6. It will be cos of 2 pi by 3 plus iota sine of 2 pi by 3. When we approach from here, the value of cos of 2 pi by 3 is equals to minus 1 by 2. The value of sine of 2 pi by 3 will be root 3 by 2. So you can write down from here, its z is equals to minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2. Hence your answer will be plus iota minus 1 by 2 plus iota root 3 by 2, right? So hence your answer will be this one only. We can approach directly, the answer will be this one only, right? So the answer will be minus 1 by 2 plus iota root 3 by 2. Clear, guys? So now it's a simple question to approach. We can easily approach this one. We can deal this one also. Okay, we have one more question. We can this is the GATE 2009 question, dear students, and I think we can go for that also with the very easily. Okay, let me show you that also. Okay, after that we will have discussion on complex function also. So we have one or two more questions. After that we can go for the next topic. Means next topic is the singular singular not, it's analytical function. Okay, after that we can go for the next topic. So it's a question, if z is equals to x plus iota y, where x and y are real values, then the value of e to the power iota z, value of mod of e to the power iota z is equals to what? Mod of e to the power iota z is what, right? We have this question. So this is the GATE problem which asked in the 2009 examination. This is the GATE 2009 question. So we have options for this one also. One second is e to the power y, e to the power minus y. We can have e to the power y, e to the power minus y. Right, so when we approach here guys, it will be 1 e power iota y, e power minus iota y, and the next option we are having is e to the power root of x square minus y square. Let's approach it, guys. So it's again a good question, GATE 2009 question. Let's approach it. We can say from here, you want e to the power iota z, mod of e to the power iota z, yes. So you can say e to the power iota x plus iota y, yes. You can say it is e to the power iota x plus iota square into y, yes. You can say it is e to the power iota x minus y, yes. So we have to find out the mod of this quantity. So when we approach this one, we can easily write down, dear students, it's in a different manner. Means we can write down here e to the power iota x into e to the power minus 1 mod mein, right, in the mod. So we can easily approach from here. So as we know very well, e to the power iota x, the value of e to the power iota x is always is equals to 1. Why? Because mod of e to the power iota x, okay, let me write down here only, e power iota x is equals to cos x plus iota sin x. Okay, so when you approach from here, you want modulus of this one. Okay, you want modulus of this one. So when you approach for the modulus of this one, the mod of cos x plus iota sin x, cos square x plus sin square x is always is equals to 1 now. So you can approach mod of this one. So it will be cos square x plus sin square x, which is equals to 1. So that's why we can leave this quantity as a 1 only. So we can write down it's as a 1. So the result will be here mod of e to the power iota z is equals to e to the power minus y only, because this quantity is equals to 1, right? So that's why it is a good question. So you can write down here, you can write down here only the positive part, option number, it's not, we are having e to the power minus y. Now how we will approach e to the power minus y? E to the power minus y means it is root of x square minus y square only, guys. Yes, exactly. So you can write down here. So that's why the final answer will be option number D. Okay, right? So we can approach here only. So no, it's not D, give me 1 minute. It's not D, guys, it's not D exactly. It's my mistake. How it is root of my x square minus y square? We are having directly na e to the power root of x square plus y square. So the right answer will be, when we remove the modulus from here, guys, it will be e to the power plus y. When we remove the modulus from here, we will get e to the power plus y only. So this should be the answer, or plus y or minus y. Plus y. It will be minus y. Why? Because we will not remove na. It will just look at here. Okay, let me write down here only. It will be e to the power minus y we are having, which is not a we cannot find the mod of this quantity, because this is a real number only. So the for the complex number we can find the modulus, that is root of x square plus y square. E power minus y is a real number only, so we cannot find the mod of this one, right? So it will be e to the power minus y only. Clear, guys? So it's option number C. Okay, yes, so it's a simple question, but exactly you should be careful with this one only. Okay, do we have more question? Let's have discussion on one. Okay, we have more question. We will have discussion on later. Let's have discussion on first the complex function. The complex function is ultimately a function which made by the two complex variables or two complex numbers. So fz is equals to uxy plus iota vxy is called a complex function only, right? So here we are talking about next thing, which we are going to start with the analytical function, which is exactly a very important thing, dear students. And after that we will have discussion on mixed question also. I will show you some questions which you can approach directly, right? So now let's talk about the analytical function. For analytical function you should know the Cauchy-Riemann equation, because without Cauchy-Riemann equation you are not supposed to learn the analytical function. So for the analytical function you should know about the Cauchy-Riemann equation. When we approach to the Cauchy-Riemann equation, it will be right now. I will tell you the Cauchy-Riemann equation. The analytical function means any function is said to be analytical or holomorphic function if for that function Cauchy-Riemann equation satisfies, right? So it's also called as holomorphic or the regular function. Sometimes the question has been asked just in the form of holomorphic or regular. In the GATE 2021 it's written in the examination, in the GATE paper, right? Find the solution of the given holomorphic function. So you should know about what is exactly a holomorphic function. So holomorphic is nothing but just analytical function only, right? So analytical or holomorphic or regular function are same. Clear? Analytical or holomorphic or regular functions are same, right? So any function is said to be analytical function. Any function is said to be analytical function if it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equation, then only that will be the analytical function, otherwise it's not. Now what is Cauchy-Riemann equation? Let me show you. CR equation, that is the Cauchy-Riemann equation. For the Cauchy-Riemann equation, del u by del x is always equals to del v by del y, and del u by del y is always equals to minus del v by del x. Just remember one thing, dear students, that we should have a function just like this, z is equals to, or we can say the function fz is equals to u plus iota v, right? U plus iota v, where u is the real part, right, and v is the imaginary part or the imaginary function, right? For the complex function we are having always two parts, the real part and the imaginary part. So u will be the real part and v will be the imaginary part. So we can say any function is said to be analytical function or holomorphic or regular function if it satisfies the CR equation, that is the Cauchy-Riemann equation, dear students. For Cauchy-Riemann equation you should know the basics of partial fraction, right, as we know very well, partial differentiation. So we have to differentiate u, we have to partially differentiate u with respect to x. So it will be del u by del x. You can write down it as a ux, u, and subscript, in the subscript you can write down x. And v partial differentiation of v, we have to find out the partial differentiation of v with respect to y. So it can be vy. So ux is equals to vy, dear students, right? Okay. Similarly here u, by partial differentiation of u with respect to y, it will be uy. Partial differentiation of v with respect to x, it will be vx with the negative sign. So if any function satisfy these two conditions, the first and the second, then only you will say that function is called as a analytical function or holomorphic function or regular function. Clear, guys, right? Okay, now how the question came from here, let me show you. There are exactly two type of question can frame. The first can frame, dear students, to make the analytical function, means how to construct an analytical function. I will show you how to construct the analytical function, but it's a rare case that the question has been asked from the construction of analytical function. It's actually can frame in the engineering service examination, right? Not for the GATE exam, but yeah, it's important. Construction of analytical function is important as far as ESC exam is concerned, right? But when we talk about the GATE examination, there is only one question, one pattern of question can frame from the analytical function, and that is that suppose you have a function, means suppose you have a function fz, okay, that is your complex function. In that particular fz, the real part is given, you have to find the imaginary part, or the imaginary part is given, you have to find the real part, right? Let's have discussion on show, okay, check whether the function fz is equals to 2x plus iota xy square. We are having a function fz is equals to 2x plus iota xy square is analytic or not. Let's check analytic or not. Let's check. After that I will tell you the define of harmonic function also, guys, right? Yes, so it will be, when we check, it will be the real part u is equals to 2x from here, the imaginary part v is equals to xy square. When we find del u by del x, it is equals to 2. When we find del v by del y, it is equals to 2xy. So you can conclude from here only, guys, you can conclude from here only that the partial differentiation of del u by del v by del y, when we find, it will be del v by del y, right? Yeah, exactly, it is 2xy square. Now when it is, so it will be 2xy. So these two things are not at all equal, hence we can write down ux is not equals to vy. When ux is not equals to vy, it is not analytic, my dear students. Is it clear?